Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we want to do a ranking of all 7 Ninja Turtle films from my least favorite to my favorite because of the new TMNT Mutant Mayhem movie. So there's 7 films that came to the movie theaters, so this is my ranking of it. If you like this video, click on the subscribe button, click on the notification bell, and put down in the comments what's your least favorite to your favorite of all 7 Ninja Turtle films that came to the movie theaters. And yeah, click on the like button, subscribe, and click on the notification bell. I do a lot of different things on this channel than just talk about movies. I do Comic-Cons and all that stuff. And I'd like to do interviews as well. But anyways, let's get down to it. Coming in number 7 is TMNT 2014. This movie was a total mess. You barely see the Ninja Turtles in this film, and you have a Shredder that looks like a robot, and he wasn't menacing at all, but he was super powerful, that beat up the turtles because he was a big giant robot. But the dialogue was miss opportunity on that dialogue because it was chicken scratch. The turtles, are entertaining to watch, and Master Splinter. But you had a pretty decent voice cast for the Turtles and Master Splinter, but you miscast April O'Neil with Megan Fox. I know this is a Michael Bay production, and Michael Bay did Transformers, and Megan Fox did Transformers, so this would be perfect to boost up her career. Didn't work out. This movie was boring, but you just watch it and just see some action sequence and see the turtles of the 40-something minutes they're in the movie for almost a 2-hour movie. But anyways, yeah. And the CGI was average. Coming in number 6 is TMNT Out of the Shadows. That came out in 2016. Another Michael Bay film. And, this one would be a pretty great film. You got Casey Jones, you had Bebop and Rocksteady, you had the Crane, you had Shredder back, and the Turtles, and Baxter Sockman, and all that, and you did it awful. Again, the storytelling was bad. The only decent thing is the action sequence and the Turtles and all that, but everything else was boring. Even there's a lot of fart jokes in this film. Bebop and Rocksteady doing fart jokes, even Mikey and the Turtles doing fart jokes. It doesn't work. Just the action sequence and the Turtles, and that's it. You see Bebop and Rocksteady and all these villains. Yeah, that's pretty good as well. But this just been another letdown. Even you had Casey Jones, but he didn't wear the hockey mask for only one time, and that's it. And it was the guy who played Green Arrow in Arrow. Coming in number 5 is TMNT 1993. This movie is a guilty pleasure in my heart because it's the perfect trilogy. Kind of, because the suits are bad. The Turtles look bad, very cheesy looking, because Jim Henson's studio wasn't working on the third film because Jim Henson passed away. So the turtle costumes were totally different, and they didn't look that good. The story is okay. April O'Neil went in the past. They did some switcheroos with a samurai going back in the present, and April O'Neil went inside the past, and they're the pirates type of pilgrims and all that with the samurais, and then the Turtles are going back in time to save April O'Neil, so they brought more samurais back in the present, so Casey Jones and Master Splinter is watching over the samurai people, and then went back in the past to save April O'Neil. Pretty cool idea and pretty enjoyable. Just the costumes look very bad, but the Turtles were still fun and entertaining as well, and pretty decent action sequence. Coming in number 4 is the brand new TMNT Mutant Mayhem 2023. I love this movie. It was entertaining. It wasn't like funny, but it was funny to keep you going in the film. Pretty decent storytelling in this film. The only couple of problems is April O'Neil. Uh, April O'Neil acts pretty dumb in some parts of the movie. She's throwing up a lot in this film, but you gotta think this is a Seth Rogen film, so you have to put some dirty humor into this script for adults and for kids. And she's just throwing up in this movie because she's nervous of being in a on camera, and she's just throwing up because she's scared. So, and she did some dumb things, and it's so obvious, and why you made it so dumber for yourself in this film. The other thing that is pretty okay and bad is the animation. I love the animation. It's like Spider-Man to the Spider-Verse, but the problem with Spider-Man the Spider-Verse to this is the blurry visions of a couple scene shots, because if you go super fast in this film, it goes to blurry in some scenes. And that's not a bad thing. It's this type of animation. It sometimes don't work like that. But that's what I want to say. You had perfect cast in this film, great voice actors and everything. You had John Cena, Paul Rudd, you had Seth Rogen, you had these kid actors who did the Ninja Turtles, you have Jackie Chan as Master Splinter, and so many great other ones. Great voice cast. The two people that really killed it in this film with the voice acting is Jackie Chan as Master Splinter and Paul Rudd as Lizard. Great. I love it. And yeah, the storytelling was pretty on point in this film too. I really loved it. I love the turtles. They're very interactive to each other. They're really entertaining. It's just another bad thing in this film. They put twerk in this film and it doesn't work. But pretty good action and pretty decent humor. So somebody will say this is not in the top three of Ninja Turtle films, but I will disagree because I watched this film so many times and I really enjoyed this story. It is TMNT 2007. So this is like the fourth film in the trilogy, you can say, but they went animation. So this TMNT 2007, there's Leo left his brothers, his family, to figure out how to become a better leader because he screwed up a lot and he's trying to become a better leader. And yeah, so he disappeared. He's back in the story, and this villain is a god. He cannot die, he doesn't age, and he's trying to look for all 12 monsters to bring them back into a prison to free him and his family to not be immoral anymore, make his brothers and sisters into non-statues and all that. But so yeah, the turtles are fighting 12 demons and these gods. And Casey Jones, and you have Master Splinter, you have April O'Neil, and this is some great animation. I love the storytelling. You have a great voice cast. You have, yeah, everything was great in this film. I loved everything in this movie. I watched it so many times when I was little, when it came on DVD, and I still watch it to this day because it's so entertaining. Even you see brothers fighting, and you try and, fix your brother bond in this film. Try and fix your family, and it works. I really love TMNT 2007, and they have pretty good villains and pretty strong villains as well. And the humor really works very well in this movie as well, and the animation is great as well. Okay, the two top Ninja Turtle movies. Come in at number 2 is TMNT 1990. Oh boy, here we go. The first Ninja Turtle live action film that went super dark for the first film and it really paid off. It's a movie that helped my state MC become like one of the big independent movies that came to $200 million in the box office. TMNT 1990, great storytelling, uh, brothers fighting, great action sequence, very dark in this movie. Judith Hogue as perfect as April O'Neil, had the look for her and everything. I really loved her. I met her last year. My cousin and me met her, and super nice lady. And yeah, everything about TMNT 1990 was perfect. Great. Like, there's some humor in it, but it was more of a dark film. Great action. The Shredder was menacing, and you see the Foot Clan, how they form and how they got the Foot Clan rolling and everything. It was perfect. Great storytelling for the first film. And yeah, that's why I put it in the second place. Now coming in number one is TMNT Secret of the Ooze, my favorite Ninja Turtle film, because, the first film was going for the dark route, like Kevin Eastman's comic series, but China Stew stayed with, the 1987 Ninja Turtles cartoon, but stayed with Eastman. Secret of the Ooze just went for the cartoon style, and I think some people will question that, but it's a classic like the first one. A couple of things changed. Judith Hogue wasn't back as April O'Neil. I talked to her about that, and I will keep that private because there was a couple of things of the directors didn't like about Judith Hogue and Judith Hogue didn't like about in the first film, so they recast her. I won't go in details, but everything in this film, even the replacement of April O'Neil, was perfect as well. You have the turtles being so goofy and everything, and you have the Shredder, and you have Toka and Razar in this film. Perfect. I loved everything. The script in this film was hilarious. This movie is so funny. I watch it so many times as well, like the first one in the 2007. And there's nothing wrong with it. The costumes look a little bit more cheaper, but they still look pretty good because this was the last film for Jim Henson to work on the Ninja Turtles because the second film was in the works and Jim Henson's passed away. So storytelling was perfect. Master Splinter, you have the turtles looking cool, got the same humor. Yes, there's a thing, they didn't use their weapons hardly in this film, but that's okay, it's turtle time, okay? It's turtle power. But anyways, this is my ranking of all 7 turtle films, to my least favorite to my favorite. If you like this, subscribe to the channel for more content, and like this video if you like this video. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Cowabunga!